So, hi everyone. This is Amir Anzor, Dean of Webpreneur Academy and founder of mindGigs.com. We are live on Saturday, the 27th of February, 2021. And I've got two students with us, Barer Ali Hussein, who is essentially building his own mind sciences brand, basically looking at helping and coaching people on mind sciences, things like neuro-linguistic programming and how to use their mindset to improve themselves. And then we have Zarain Kazmi, who's a student at ComStats, a university in Pakistan, and he is looking to learn what's the language again? Python, and become a developer. So we're going to have a discussion. It's more of a coaching discussion to see how the three of us can help each other in our companies and our brands and push forward. Now, what I am teaching is most of everything is figure outable, right? So like most of what we need to learn, it exists somewhere on the internet, but sometimes it really helps to have a coach that helps you along that journey. Because if you look at any sports, if you look at tennis, if you look at basketball, if you look at any sport, cricket, the best athletes have coaches that help them perform at a better level. And so in that same regards, we are coaching the group. Now, what I've learned over time is that I help my students, but they also help me. So it's like a two-way thing, because what happens is they start learning a lot more and you can learn a lot from them as well. So we will start with Zoran to see what he's learned so far, and do this, and do this. But before I continue, I also wanted to welcome Angela. Angela has just joined from Dublin, right? So Angela, we're recording this and you're on mute. But what we do is, this is the coaching session we do every week, and we help each other progress our business, right? So this is Barer and Zorain, are two students, and you can also now join on this journey. But it's to coach, it's to catch up every week at this time to see how we can progress, right? And we're recording these sessions as we go through, so that they help other students as well. So Zorain, let's begin with you. What have you learned so far, and what is your goals going forward?
Hi, I'm Zaren. I have just started my graduation from ComStat University. As Sir Ahmed told about coach, I want to add something. In life, we must need a leader, a coach, someone who can guide us, who can see abilities which are deep inside us, but we can't know. We have no idea about it. In the life, coaches must, and I think is necessary for every successful person to have a coach or a leader who can guide. Before joining Sir Amir course, I have no confidence and zero about speaking, and in front of camera I am not be able to talk like that, in the language which I have not much experience. From his guidance, his leadership qualities, I am able to speak even in front of camera. I have seen a much difference in my life after joining this course. The first week of my ComStat, I have just joined with a lot more confidence than ever before. It's not only just having, it's more than I have paid Sir Amir. And if he said I will be able to pay him for a lifetime, for that thing he gave to me, the confidence level, I am learning Python, and I want to be a developer, and that's a lot.
Perfect. And this is what I'm teaching is that, you know, you want to be a developer, but
Right.
that is going to be like 50 or 60% of your ability to earn is going to be on programming, but 40% of it is going to be on communication skills. And
Right.
this is something that, you know, right now, even as you speak to us, you're getting more confidence. You're having Angela, who's, you know, a native speaker on the call. It's probably one of your first times that you're interacting with global people, right? So that's why the courses, everything is in English. You're forced to do it, and then every week you'll get better and more confident, right? So this is it. And then also, like, you will learn, if I can summarize a few of the things that Zorain and I worked with, like, first of all, his Zoom handle, it didn't say Zorain Kazmi. It just had ZK or something like that. So like I'm teaching people that, you know, your Zoom handle, it should have your name properly so that people know who to call. Then he never came on camera because he was not confident, which I have the same issue with a lot of my students, especially in Pakistan. They're not confident to come on camera, and so he is now on camera, which helps, because what happens is you become more human, right? And then once you become more human, people are willing to pay a premium for your brand. They're willing, and you're able to develop better relationships, right? And basically about creating wealth online, it's all about selling product or service to someone. So what we will do is, you know, we are learning to sell. This is what we have to do. The way you make money is you sell something to someone, and you give them value, and then once they receive that value, they will give you some money for that value. Now, the more value you can give to the world, the more you will earn. And when you are improving your communication skills, it means that you can start becoming a leader, right? So then eventually you will learn, run your own company. You might be having a few developers that work for you. So we have to go to that level. Yes.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm telling you, I want to tell that those skills you are teaching can't be taught in schools, can't be taught in. I have taken few freelancing skill. No one teaches that soft communication skill, and they are necessary for each field of life. Even doctor, salesman, software engineer, mechanical engineer, every person should know that.
Perfect. And yeah, what I'm teaching is like what Barrere even knows a lot better than me, even, is mind sciences, you know, the mindset of an entrepreneur, right? This is very important, because once you have the mindset right, and then you start working in that right mindset, everything else becomes easier. So another thing that happened is, you know, the first couple of weeks, like, you guys always turned up late, right? Like a couple of minutes late. Now you're always on time or a couple of minutes early before we start the session, before the timing for it starts. So then this is what is happening. This is great. Now let's get an update from Barrere, what you've learned so far, and how your progress is and what your goals are.
First of all, hi, hello to the Angela, and assalamu alaikum to Zoran and Amir. I'm very grateful.
And by the way, I don't say, I know this is rude and this is a little bit unethical, but I say, don't say, use the word salam alaikum or inshallah or any of these, because I'm trying to teach you guys to work in a global environment, right? So don't use words, because that's exclusive, right? If you say salam, it means that Angela, who's not Muslim, maybe feels uncomfortable. So like, that's why the US and the other economies, although Angela has lived in Oman and all these things, so I know she knows, but what I'm teaching you guys is, like when you're commenting on my stuff, don't use mashallah, like don't use these type of words because they exclude people that are not from your same culture. It's like if I was saying namaste, right? Namaste to a Hindu person would be okay, but to a non-Hindu, they would be like, what is happening? So like, let's make our language neutral. You can choose if you choose to have the segment of the Muslim niche market, then by all means do that. But my students, what I'm teaching you guys is global brands. And if you notice, there's no global brand which is associated with any religion, right? You can't name me one global brand, Toyota, Coca-Cola, Nike. None of these brands are ever associated with a religion, right? I mean, Mark Zuckerberg is Jewish, but if he said, oh, like something Jewish to Facebook, it would exclude a lot of people, right? So learn to create global brands, right? So that you can earn, like most of the world is not from your religion, not from your race, not from anything. So we want to be able to work across the environment. Yes? So, okay, go ahead, Barer. Sorry for the interruption.
No, not the interruption, but I have to, okay, leave it for some time else. I'm so grateful to have you on as a mentor or something, or coach maybe. And even if you are not coaching, I will like to have you on my life, because I've told so many times that I've heard about freelancing and all that stuff from you. Because in Pakistan, 5 years or later, it was an alien term. No one knows about freelancing and all that stuff. But Amir came on TV and he told about that. And at that time, I was pretty much naive and pretty much unaware about these things. But later on, I grabbed these things and understand how to work on social media and how to have a presence, a deliberate presence that can resonate.
By the way, your sound is a little bit distorted. Is it a little distorted for you as well, Zorain? Or can you hear him clearly? I don't know if you can do anything about
right, sir.
There's a little bit of it's not as clear as it used to be. Go ahead.
I think it's okay, and now it's clear.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so as people, as you may have read the Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, he has a chapter, a complete chapter on alliance, on mastermind alliance. So I always believe on that mastermind alliance. I want to group. I want to have those people in my friend list, in my, on my reach. Those who are, proactive and have done something great in their life. So I have joined you. Last month, I think. So, but and I have learned so many things. First of all, the salutation thing, and that I forgot today. The thing, and the second thing is about how to. The importance of friend list, the importance of mailing list, to build how to build mail list, and then there are certain things like how to work on YouTube and some other things that I have learned, and I'm very grateful. So far, this has been good, and I'm also working on a book as well. That you have taught that how to write a book and sales letter things. So there are so many things that I'm working, and I'm very, very grateful for you. because with mind sciences, I need to put things into the social media so that I can work better and I can I mean spread the word in a proactive way. So that was the whole thing, and I'm very grateful again. Thank you.
Okay, so just explain to us your strategy and what you plan to do and how you plan to earn a living online. Let's discuss your strategy, right? So that we can see how what like, for instance, between now and next Saturday, what you're going to do to push things forward, and what you want to do in the long term. What's your dream? What's your goal?
The thing is, because I have earned some certifications and I have knowledge and I am interested in the mind sciences, and so I mean, aspire to be a coach and to train other people who are struggling in their life in finding success or in finding how to reduce stress. So these are the things that I work. My I mean, short-term strategy is to have some of the to reach at least 100 to 500 people and to train them. And my biggest goal would be to be the best trainer in the world. And to start off, I've been working on SDGs as well. Some people have called me. I mean, they said that how can you use your knowledge in pursuing the SDG, or I mean sustainable goal development, that I have told you earlier. So I'm working on that, and some of the courses I called the airschool.com, and they have warmly welcomed me, and they will be putting some courses on their website, and there is another website, ediloom.com. My courses are there as well. I mean, they have just few weeks. It has been few weeks that their courses, my courses were there in their website. So the strategy would be to be the best one in my field, that is the mind sciences. And the shortest strategy and the shortest plan would be to have the attention, and to have to grab the attention, and to train some of the people who are struggling in the stress, or I mean, in the visualization, or in the law of attraction.
Perfect. Perfect. So that is great. So that look, we have moved on to the knowledge economy, right? So you're in the right space, which is that there's virtual products, like, these are tangible products, like this calculator. This used to be 100 years ago, but or maybe even 20, 30 years ago. But now, even if we look the next 10 years forward, it's going to become more and more intangible products that you cannot touch or feel, like programming, like mind sciences. And people are going to be paying more and more for that products and services. So this is what I'm also betting on. Yes. So now you can be the best coach in the world, because you are already you're already following some of the best coaches. I see your activity online. You engage with a lot of the social media influencers, and also you've studied. I think you've studied neurolinguistic programming, and you've studied a lot of these Reiki and all these things, that you've built it up, right? And I think so far you've not made much money, or like financially been rewarded, but the investment is there, right? So like, you've got to invest, and then you get the return on it, right? So now you have that knowledge, that investment in yourself is done. Now we've just got to figure out ways to package it, and then start selling it, right? So like, for instance, Air School is a great way. You'll get your first dollars online selling your coaching training, and then what you have is what's known as a funnel, right? At the top is free content, and then maybe a book, and then maybe something like Air School, and then you have your high-end coaching clients that might pay you a retainer to work with you on a monthly basis, right? So already, I think your skills online are pretty good. You know, you have your own YouTube channel. If you can put it in the chat, then other people can view it. You have your own YouTube channel. You have your own website. You have those skills, which is great. So you've invested in all this, and now we've just got to figure out and get you to a place where you're starting to make financial returns consistently. Yes. So this is what we're going to be working on over the next couple of weeks. Is to get you your first couple of customers on that, and I think you have the knowledge, and everything is there now. The systems are in place. Now we just got to scale it and try out a few things. Okay. Now next we have Angela. Angela, just introduce yourself a little bit. Maybe how we met, and then what your vision is, how you want to create wealth online, if you've done anything before, and where you want to go with this online system. You're on mute.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Hi, I'm Angela. I'm originally from South Africa, and then in 2009 I moved to Oman to work, and that's, I think it was in 2010 that I met Amir. And at that point, he helped me by going to one of his courses. And we've been in touch ever since. So it's been a long time now. And yeah, I'm actually a music teacher, and I've been teaching in schools for most of my life. And in the last 3 years, I haven't been able to find work since I moved to Dublin. So it's been very difficult. So I've actually been teaching online. But I need to do what you've done and invest in my online sort of set up. My website has, I had a gentleman in South Africa who was dealing with it, but he's taken so long. And so it hasn't been going. So I need to sort of upgrade that and get my teaching skills out there. But I also just recently did a course in mental health, first aid in the UK, while I was staying there looking after my son, who's been struggling for some time. And I'm also thinking of going the mental health route, because I think during this COVID period, I think many, many people are struggling with mental health. And so I'm looking at that side of things as well, so that I can maybe do the teaching, even music therapy, and move on to the mental health side as well, because that really interests me. And then hopefully in time, I can grow this and learn how to market myself on the internet, because that's the way of the future, I think. So, yeah.
Awesome. By the way, I kid you not, but on my to-do list for today was to call M. We'll just call basically because I was going to call him after this call in the afternoon when I go for my daily walk. But one of the things, as you were speaking, one idea might be to use music as a way of mental therapy, right? That could be a unique niche. I'm just brainstorming.
Yeah.
But you know, I've had my own struggles with mental health. You know, I've got bipolar disorder. I've dealt a lot with mental health and psychology, and I do life coaches and psychiatrists and all this sort of stuff, and investment, thousands of dollars over the years, hundreds of thousands of dollars to do this. But one of the forms of therapy was like music or art. And you know that this could be one of your niches that you could become the #1 in the world at, right? Now, like one of the things that I put in the if you look at the chat is a guy called Ken Tamplin, vocalacademy.com, and now
Yeah.
I'm signed up to his Facebook, and I keep getting marketing from him. And I think he's probably one of the better ones on how he's selling his courses and his online things. So like, just study it to say, okay, what is he doing? Because I'm relatively sure that he's making at least $100,000, if probably even 7 figures, $1 million from his business, right? Like what we have to do, the great thing about the internet is you can copy, edit, paste, right? You can look at people that are a few years ahead of you, and that's taken them years to get there, and you can copy and paste and do this and get there much faster, right? Now, a couple of things, like, also don't always listen to me, right? Or anyone. We don't have all the answers. Like, there's not one solution that fits all, right? So you have to do your own research. And I'm here to give you guys some ideas and some perspective as a 44-year-old that's worked online since I was 18, 19, and just basically made my first dollar over 20 years ago, right? So that I've done multiple businesses, have over 350 domain names, and gone into different businesses. And so I'm here to give you guys some ideas and open up your mindset to what's possible, and also to encourage you to put in the work. Because if you put in the work, you will get successful. If you don't put in the work, if you don't think it'll work, you won't do any action, and then you won't get any results, right? So if we commit, first of all, if we all commit to each other, like Zorain and Barrera have done for the last couple of weeks, is just turn up to these Saturday calls, right? And then we will, it takes half an hour maximum, where we discuss our progress, right? And then give ourselves homework, yes? So like each one of us by the end of the call will say, this is what I will do by next week, right? So we give ourselves homework, and then we are accountable for ourselves. And then this means that you will eventually, it's like pushing a big boulder, like a big rock, right? In the beginning, it's very hard to push, but once you get it rolling, it gets going faster and faster, right? So so what we will do is that now, like a couple of things. Now, one of the things is I have a book that I've used, and I have that book in a format that you can become a co-author in that book. Now, Barrera is going to be becoming a co-author with that book, and he's going to do mind sciences and the internet, right? Now, Angela, you could do, if you wanted to, because writing a whole book by itself can take a lot of time, but you could become my co-author and do music and the internet economy, right? Something along those lines. And I can send you the book, and all you have to do is add 1 or 2 chapters about music, and then you can become an authority, right? And so like people are more, if you go through my course, and I will send you guys access to it. If you guys can type in, I think I have your emails, but if you can go through my course, it will teach you that if you become, one of the best books about sales that I've read is by a guy called Robert Cialdini, and he has the 6 laws of sales, right? And the first law is around authority, right? And authority means that if you have someone, for instance, like a dentist, like a doctor, they wear a doctor's gown, coat, and then they automatically you see that person as someone with authority, right? And same with you. What we have to say to the world is that you're not just buying Angela, just another music teacher, but you're buying from Angela the best music teacher in the world, right? And then what happens is people are willing to pay a lot more, and they're more willing to pay for your lessons, right, online, and you're able to charge more of a premium. Right now, you're teaching. How are you teaching online?
I use Zoom, and I teach piano, and I teach vocal and music theory and history. So,
But how are you getting the students?
Actually, one of them is just through a friend of mine who's she's my naturopath, and I'm teaching her children.
Yeah.
And then she put me on to another lady, and then I've got 2 students who I picked up who followed me from the piano academy where I was teaching for a short while.
Perfect.
So the thing is that I could be having hundreds of students, but I just haven't been able to, I haven't been good enough to get myself online, to get advertised and put the marketing out there and get myself known here in Ireland. Not necessarily in Ireland, it could be anywhere in the world, really, if I put myself up on the internet. So it's just to get my marketing and to get myself out there and get adverts and things done.
Perfect. We will help with this over the next couple of weeks. I mean, you will do it yourself, but you know, let's figure out how to scale this, right? Now, a couple of things you can do is, one is when you are doing a coaching lesson with your students, ask them if it's okay if you record it, right? And like what I do is right now, you know, it's about leveraging your time, yes? So for instance, I'm spending this time anyway, but if I hit the record button, it's like it's no extra effort for us, right? It's just recording. Now what happens is then you are building up a digital asset, right? So people look at money as an asset, right? So money is a number in the bank account because it's very easy to measure, right? So people say, I paid you $100 and that's an asset. But another type of asset that I want you guys to get used to thinking about is digital assets. So, so this is a digital asset which you will build, right? By going through with your students, you will say to them if you can record it. Now, I think with Zoom, you have to pay, like I pay a subscription of $15. I'm not sure if in the free version you can record, but I pay about $10, $15 a month for that ability. Then I can record it. Yes,
you can record. You can record on the free.
Oh, okay, yeah. So just record it on the free version. Yes, and then create you can create a Vimeo and a YouTube account, right? So that's also free, right? And then upload it. And then you will, I don't know, have you already recorded some sessions or not?
I've got lots of recording of my work. I've got lots of videos of my work. I just haven't put them on YouTube.
Perfect. So then, you know, that's like you having money in the bank, like not doing anything. Yes. So like, you know, like you get more, if you spend your money, then you get something. Yes. So with your YouTube, with your thing, you've got to like start with a YouTube channel, or I also use Vimeo. Vimeo is just cleaner. A lot of times you don't get ads. And so a lot of people that they use like Vimeo as well. You'll get more traffic on YouTube, and then you can have it record. You know, that's your form of marketing. Now you don't need to hire anyone for this. You can do all this yourself, right? So you create a. I think you have to maybe you'll be able to figure out how to create a YouTube account, right? And then the idea is. You know, you don't even need a website. These are all things that you know you're getting stuck because you're relying on someone else, and that someone else is not performing. So then you're like, oh, I can't progress. You don't need a website. Like, you know, how did you hear about this? Through a WhatsApp group, right? So like, you know, there's other ways, and then your customers are going to get other customers for you. Yes, and also. I myself am building a platform called mindGigs, our team is, where you will be able to sell your courses online. So it will be a platform like Udemy. Udemy is another platform that you can sell your courses online. There will be a number of different ways, right? So you just have to do that, right? So between now and next week, create your do you have a YouTube account yet?
No.
So create your YouTube account. How much time do you have? Like how many hours a week do you have free to do the work?
Oh, I have a few. I do a lot of walking at the moment because I'm training for a marathon, but a half marathon, but and then I'm teaching.
What do you do when you're walking?
Nothing. I take photographs.
Okay. What I do when I'm walking, I also walk about 2 hours a day, right? I listen to content. I listen to, so I have one of these wireless earphones. So I prefer the wireless ones rather than the wired ones.
Yeah, I've got those.
Sorry, you've got those?
I've got those, yes.
Yeah, and then what
I actually, I just got some free from Apple because they made a mess with my repair of my laptop, and it took I had to sit in the UK for 2 weeks waiting for it to be repaired and to be returned, and there was a big mess up with it. And as a gift for what they put me through, they sent me AirPods for free.
Perfect. So you've got AirPods, and this is what I do. I'm listening to content from people that are coaching about the relevant stuff, right? So you can go through my course as well. I'll give you guys access to it, but just listen to the videos. So like, although I have it on video format, I'm just listening to the content because most of it, you don't need to watch the video. You can listen to it, right? So you're gaining that knowledge as you're working and as you're exercising. Yes, and it makes the time go. So then that's already, if you're training for a half marathon, that's how many hours a day are you running or jogging?
About 2 hours.
Yeah, so 2 hours a day. So that's already, between now and next week, that's already 14 hours of content you can listen to. Yes. And get you will find good training. Like either you can go on Udemy and either do a course, but I would like, I'm going to give you my course, and so you go through that course, and that will give you some more motivation and mindset and the thoughts behind the concepts that I'm teaching. Yes. Then the other thing that I would do is the other homework I'm going to give you is create your YouTube channel. Yes, and that you don't need anything. It's free. I think you can call it Angela Stevens Angela Stevens Music Academy or whatever you choose to call it eventually. But in the beginning, you need to get at least 100 subscribers. And then you're able to do this. And then start posting on your Facebook, like your personal Facebook even, that you're starting to do this, right? Because some of your customers might come from your Facebook and your existing customers. So these students that you have, maybe even say if you can friend them on Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram, etc. So like, because your students might recommend other students to come join you. Yes. So like, and then you are growing. You don't need a website. It's a myth, right? So you can grow a successful business through this. Now you can have different forms of coaching. You could have one-to-one. So what are you charging at the moment?
50 euros an hour.
50 euros an hour. So you could say 50 euros an hour. You can experiment with your price points. You could charge 75, you can charge 100, you can charge, but let's say 50 would be your minimum.
Actually 60, yeah, 60.
Yeah, so, and then what you can do is, over time, as you build up more students, you can do it more, and then you can also do it as a course, right? So you can say Angela Stevens music, like like a whole package, which is maybe 1,000 euros, right? So you could say it's €1,000, and then you will get my online access, the group coaching, and a couple of individual content, right? But they like creating a package is kind of like creating a book, creating art, creating music. It's an art in itself. You have to be creative in the way you create your packages. Now I have packages that I've created for my students that I'm still creating, and I tinker with them. You know, I call them a name. I come up like my main package is called Masters of Business Creation, right? So you've heard about Masters of Business Administration, which is MBA. I'm doing MBC, and then I'm putting like unique things that I'm offering in that, and then I'm like my highest package is $560,000, right? So like I give you value for that, right? And then also you can, over time, you can recruit affiliates. So for instance, if you give them $100 discount, €100, for instance, let's say it's your hourly rate or a package, you give them a 5% discount and you give your affiliate a €5 amount. Now, over time, what you have to do is make more money. Like making money is just a game, yes? And all of us, we invest. Right now, you're investing your time and energy into it. You're not making money, but there will be a return in it, right? Just like going to any school or university, you're doing that, you're investing your time, and you will get a return, but you have to put in the time. Yes, you have to put in, now you have to create your YouTube channel, yes, which is not difficult. There's plenty of instructions online. Just Google it. The best articles come at the top, and even Google itself will have their own instructions, right? And then, you know, put a couple of your video contents on your personal page. You might even get a couple of students from that, yes? So, you know, it'll grow slowly, but every time you're getting a student, you're getting better. Every hour that I teach, I'm becoming a better teacher, yes? And the three of us, at least, Barer, Angela, myself, are teachers, right? We're going into the knowledge economy, and Zorain might go into that as well, right? He might go into Python teaching, right? And Zorain, you might do that in Urdu, or you might do it in English, but you know, Urdu, you might get an audience in it as well, because you're becoming the expert. Right. Yeah. So this is what we do, right? So okay, let me wrap up then there. So I'm going to send you guys my course. So start going through that and listen to it while you're going on a walk. You know, just to get the ideas. It'll give you some ideas and a better understanding of the web. But more important than even doing my course is I want you guys all to have some actions for next week, between now and next Saturday. So what is your actions going to be between now and next Saturday, Angela?
Try and set up a YouTube, but it's just, a lot of the stuff is my old choir work, so I don't know if I can use that. I'd have to think carefully about what I can put onto that. So yeah, obviously I would like to have some advertising, like you say, but it's just how to build those packages and how to market them is how to actually, I don't know how to do that. So I could start doing that and looking into that, is how to build internet packages and how to build internet marketing.
I will help you with that over time, right? So yeah. If you keep coming here for the next couple of weeks, we will help you. Like we have someone on our team that's doing Facebook marketing, etc. But start organic, right? Organic means you're not paying. There's two ways to get traffic and people to your site and pay. Like one is organic and one is paid, right? So let's start with organic because it doesn't cost anything. Because once you start doing like Facebook advertising and paying for it, you know, you can make mistakes and you can end up having people that like, you can end up spending a lot of money and losing money, right? Because like they come to your website doesn't work, whatever it is, like the checkout process is not working correctly, so you lose money. So let's start with organic. And the other homework I would give you is, whoever you're teaching this week, ask them if you can record the session, right? And then record that session as well. Yeah. So get in the habit of recording, because that could be your content that you upload to YouTube. Yeah. And then you can, and then also I would, another homework I would do is create a Facebook page. Yes. That you can do, Angela Stevens. Oh, you don't have to call it, I don't know, what is the name you're thinking for your music program?
I don't know. I haven't thought about it really.
You can call it like Dublin Music Academy, you know, like, just think about a name as well, right? So I have different brands. So one of my brands is called Webpreneur Academy. And I have Amir Anzur is one brand as well. But, you know, I want to not just brand myself, because eventually I don't want to be doing all the work, right?
Yeah.
So like, so I create different brands, and you can also create a different brand. So just think about it, but you could do it after yourself as well, right? So like, you know, I don't know the music industry as well as much as you do. Like, just think about, like, you know, I think the most respected music school in US is like Julia something.
The Juilliard School, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's named after someone. And then there's also Berkeley School of Music, and
the UD Menuhin School and things like that. Yeah.
So just think, if they're named after people, then you could be the person that they're named after, right? And then you can personally certify coaches that do it. So that will be your homework for next week, right?
Okay.
So if you do that, and feel free to call me anytime. You've got my number.
Yeah.
Just if you're stuck, or just message on the group. Say that you're stuck, and then you know, don't be stuck. Basically, I don't want you to wait till Saturday and then be like, oh, I was stuck on this thing. No excuses, right? So you know, 30, like as Zoran said, what you guys are learning from me is not just the technology skills, but the mindset skills of keep pushing forward and keep getting over the barriers as you do this. Yes. Okay. Okay. Okay, Zorain, what's going to be your homework for between now and next week?
Sir, along with my Python, I will also teach my fellows Python.
Okay, who's your fellows? Like
university fellows.
Okay.
My classmates.
So maybe you could create some Python course like videos and upload it to YouTube, and then teach them through that, because that is scalable.
Maybe in future. Now I'm just trying to improve teaching skill by physically teaching them. Okay, perfect. Okay, so perfect. So get your fellow students, so that this way you have you have a mastermind group, right? Because then you have other people around you that are learning it, and then it'll be easier to ask questions. That's really good leadership, and good. It'll give you leadership skills. It'll teach you management. It'll teach you group communication skills. So that's good. Okay, great. So and then you're also going to continue on your Udemy course on Python, right? And then also the other thing we discussed last week was cutting down your time on social media, right? So like you're effective every hour you're spending online. How is that going? Is that going well? Are you more focused? Yes, sir.
Oh,
it's going amazing.
Okay, perfect. So you're more focused. Every hour is going towards a goal, right? Barrera, what's going to be your work between now and next week?
I have planned so many things, and I have just completed the chapters in the book, and I will be uploading soon. But first of all, I need to check out any errors in that. So I would like to have someone who can guide me that is there any error or something in that. Second thing is I need to put some videos again. I have planned some interviews with some local and international people. On 1st March, there would be a person from I think I don't know his exact. Yeah, I think he's from US. I'm planning to have an interview with that. The second and two of them from Pakistan. And the third thing is I need to prepare the presentation for SDGs and how SDGs can how mind sciences can help promote and spread the SDGs, especially for the SDG 4, that is for the education. And a lot of things in between that, and I will be intentioning with you as well for some other things. And yeah, I'm having an idea about. I mean, if I completed the chapters in your book, then I would like to mention the link of the book, and in that way I can create more subscribers to my email list, and it will help in future as well. I mean, I will be working on this and how to get and there is another thing I need to put some coaching call and or I mean courses on my website as well, because the website is more like a blog than like coach or something. So I need to little bit redesign that thing. So it would help people understand more when they come up on my website, and they would say that yeah, this is Buraya and this is these are things that he's doing nowadays. So these are the things that I think there are a lot of things, and I hope I should complete in this week.
Perfect. Well, what it sounds like, what's great about you, Barer, is that you've got a lot on your plate that you're pushing forward, right? So that's great, because all these things will pay back. Maybe not instantly, but you're pushing forward. You have a lot of projects on your plate, and it's doing that. And then you have a lot of good technical knowledge as well. So that's good. And don't forget that with the book, you can make affiliate commissions. So like, like the highest affiliate commission I pay with Webpreneur Academy course is $28,000, right? So like if we can get one of those whales of a client, you can make good money as well, right? So that is great. Okay, so that's it for this week. Let's wrap up here, unless anyone has any things to say or add. But hopefully you guys have found that useful. And let's catch up next week, and then let's help each other. I'm not excluding myself. I'm also always learning. Let's help each other push our businesses to the next level and get successful. You're gonna learn YouTube. You're gonna learn this thing, and I have a couple of different groups. But maybe Angela, I think you're in the Webpreneur Academy group. I will also add Zorain to that group, and I think Barer, you're in that group. So you can always put your questions in that Webpreneur Academy group, and someone will answer, right? If it's not me, someone from our group. Yeah. Okay, guys. So let's catch up next week. Thanks for watching, and this has been Amir Anzur from webpreneuracademy.com.